All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our apostles, a great millstone that rule with honor and with diligence. Honors to you brothers out there pushing this truth and love and sincerity to wake up the elect. Peace be to the elect and their families. Those that change according to the word, calling on the names of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai in a time of trouble. You know, we say peace be unto you. And I'm the brother Damashapat, and I got the brother
Shemya Yashala.
Hashemia Yasharala with me, and we just doing a quick lesson on the
Reformity of prison.
I
Had a situation the other day. I told the brother, I came home and told the brother, my mother's has signs of early signs of dementia. So I'm in the process of taking over a lot of her affairs, and one of the affairs was being a payee over my older brother's Social Security check. And I was telling the elder brother, I said, yeah, man, I went to Gary the other day, and I went to the Social Security office to payee over my brother's check, and right halfway through the application, the guy asked me, just out the blue, asked me, said, hey, man, you ever been convicted of a felony? I'm like, yeah, like 21 years ago, 22 years ago, because I got out in 2000. And he said, man, you can't do it. I'm like, what you mean? He said, I couldn't be the payee because I had been convicted of a felony. All right, fast forward, rewind back to 2005 or 6. When I got my son, custody of my son, I went through a similar situation with welfare. They wouldn't give me stamps, but they did. They did give them to me for a little while, for about a year or two. And then they all of a sudden cut me off. And then when I went to reapply, they said that they couldn't give me stamps because I was a felon. And so I'm like, okay, well, what are my sons supposed to do? They said, we could give you food pantries. So just another ploy of his injustice, man. When you go to jail and you serve your time, and that's supposed to be it.
Yeah, and that's the name of this lesson. Prison is not meant for reform.
Come.
It's really meant to further oppress us, right, and keep us low, And there's because the so-called white men, we're here to help you. We want to, man, you make sure that you don't commit this crime again, and and all these other things. But at the end of your prison sentence, you're supposed to be reformed back into a law-abiding citizen, and that's not happened. That's not true, because if you treat someone like an animal for however long a time, then that's not gonna have a good outcome.
They're gonna remain an animal.
Yeah, and it's the so-called white man. He knows this, and he doesn't care. Man, he wants this to happen. He wants us to keep us locked up because they make lots of money off. That's a form of slave labor. Mm-hmm. They make lots of money off those people in jail, man. Yeah. But Hey, you got that scripture?
Yeah.
In Isaiah?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, this is Isaiah 42 and 22. Mm-hmm. He said, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. Mm-hmm. They are for a prey and none deliver it.
They are for a prey and none deliver it, man. These people, they a lot of those jakes that's up in the prisons. Mm-hmm. They in prisons for crimes that they didn't commit, and nobody cares. They just passed a law. Congress just passed a law that you can't present any new evidence. Yep. So if you locked up for something you didn't do, the chance of you getting out and getting free is none now. None at all, man. You can't present new evidence to a case to free yourself. So that just locked. I thought it was about turning people into law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, and that's actually, and the reason why, because you got dozens of movies. The one movie you hit me to, it was a series about the one guy that got into he started being a lawyer.
Oh, it was on Hulu.
It was on Hulu.
Oh, I forgot.
That was one. The one with Denzel Washington. He was the boxer.
Hurricane.
Hurricane. I mean, countless, man. Because that's why he won't let that evidence be presented, because he always tried to see. And that's the thing about a lie. A lie, you have to always. Or you always have to cover it up.
Hey, there was another one called "When They See Us." That talked about them four men in New York, them four young men in New York. They got locked up. They got coerced as children into pleading guilty.
Yep.
You know, and got locked up. You know, they got coerced without their parents, and their case didn't get threw out. Yep. They just did time, and the prison system fucked up some of them up too, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know.
It says none delivereth. It said for a spoil, and none saith restore.
None said restore. A lot of men, and there's no restoration. You know, this is the website called Stop the Crime or stoptheaca.org. It says purposes of prison. It says prison has four major purposes. The purposes are retribution, incapacitation, deterrence, and rehabilitation. It says retribution means punishment for crimes against society. Depriving criminals of their freedom is a way of making them pay a debt to society for their crimes. It says incapacitation.
It's like it. You just said pay a debt. Okay, when you go through credit and you pay your creditor, that debt is removed.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but it's removed.
Yeah.
That means what? No more.
Yep. That's gone.
That's gone.
But what do they do after you get out of prison?
This makes you repay over and over and over. Hey, the scripture just said it said for a spoil, and none saith restore.
Yep. Because they label you a felon.
That's it.
And when you're labeled a felon, then it's you pretty blackballed from society.
That's right.
And a lot of liberties that other people have, you don't have. So really, the punishment of you being locked up all those years is followed by more and more punishment.
Yeah.
You know, they make your life hard. If you're trying to turn somebody back and restore them into a rehabilitated citizen, a law-abiding citizen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't be punishing them anymore. If the purpose of them going to jail in the first place is to pay for their crime, then why are they still paying when they get out?
Right.
With parole and all this other bullshit, man. You got parole, and then you got this felony that follows you. You can't you want this person. Then they tell you when you get out, you got to get a job.
Yeah.
But you're a felon. And then if you don't get a job after a certain period of time, they'll lock you back up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get a job because everybody that says you're a felon, they tell you can't get the job. So that's oppression, man. Because they don't want you to get a job. They want you to go back to jail so they can make more free labor.
That's right.
You know, the whole situation of you getting out in the first place is to make them look good, to make them feel like, oh, they have some compassion. They let them get out and try to get work, but they're blackballed from society. They're told that they can't work because you're a felon. You have violent crime. You know what I'm saying? So if this is about changing people back into a law-abiding citizen, why are they labeled?
Yeah.
Why are they labeled as felons when they get out? Because it's bullshit. Okay. Right. It says depriving criminals of their freedom is a way of making them pay a debt to society for their crimes. It says incapacitation refers to the removal of criminals from society so that they can no longer harm innocent people. A lot of them ain't harm nobody. It's just, he just looked like the nigga that did it, and he don't have money to pay for a lawyer. He can't fight his case. In most cases, man, you know, he's barely living from check to check. Now you got to pay for all this shit, and a lot of people just end up getting locked up because they can't fight. You know, and then you give them a shitty free lawyer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Who's on your payroll, right. Who works for you.
Right.
You know, and he don't have your best interests at heart. It says, it says incapacitation refers to removal of criminals from society so that they can no longer harm innocent people. Deterrence means the prevention of future crimes. It is hoped that prisons provide warnings to people thinking about committing crimes, and that the possibility of going to prison will discourage people from breaking the law. It says rehabilitation. refers to look. Check this out. Refers to activities designed to change the criminals into law-abiding citizens. So if this was designed to change people into law-abiding citizens, then when they get out, why are they labeled? Why are they blackballed from society? Because it's not. It's meant for you. It's all meant for you to make money. That's a fucking lie. Okay? We want to make you, because if you believe that this system works, that you implement it, if you believe that this system works and making people better, then when they get out, they should go away free. They shouldn't have to be. You on parole. You on parole. So that means you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. But I thought the reason why I was locked up is to become a law-abiding citizen again.
That's right.
You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do that. But you got to get a job, but you're a felon. So that lets people know. And then a lot of people have to go through lying on their job applications, hoping that the company doesn't look into their history. And then they start working the job for about 2 weeks, and then the company comes back and fire them because they find their history.
Yep.
So they're like, oh yeah, we got to fire you. You lied on your application. But if I told the truth in my application, you would deny me anyway.
Yeah. You denied certain access to certain programs. I mean, it's all slavery, man. And the reason why this lesson was for, to know that, man, listen, you're not, you can't trust in this system, man. This system is broken. It was never built to fix anything. It was just lies compacted upon lies, man. All right. So and it wasn't it wasn't a surprise to me when the guy said that. I just like, damn, here's another, And then I told my pops about it. My pops was like, yeah, just go ahead and get it expunged. Which, hey, man, it is what it is, man. If the Lord bless me with the money to get it expunged, it'll happen. That's another restriction, man. You're still a prisoner because you're a prisoner of America because you can't go anywhere. You can't get a passport. Like in my case, my wife is Haitian. If I needed to go to her home country with her, I'm denied that. Canada, I'm denied that. Which I actually I'd have been to Canada. There's a little loophole which I slipped through. I don't know how, but I was able to go out of the country. But still, you're labeled, man. You can't do the same things you did without that felony, man. Matter of fact, they got a new thing now. You go get your license, you get a star on your license where you can't go in federal buildings and shit like that, bro. It's bro, and it's study fucking changing, bro. And it is study changes, like I said, because I was never no one's payee. I don't desire to go get my brother's check. It's just something that's needed. And so I asked the dude, I said, so what if I was his only family member? So then what? Just like with my son, they denied me. If I wasn't black, man, if y'all was shot, they hadn't blessed me to open my own business, man. My son, hell, I don't know what the fuck I would have done, man.
Wait, you said something I wanna expound on. You said what if I was his only payee?
Yeah.
And I was the only one that could get the money to take care of my brother.
Right.
Then who can't really take care of himself. Then they don't see, and that's another thing that lets you know that this whole system is set up on oppression because they don't have the answers for that. They don't have the answer to say, okay, what if this person is his? What did you say? They were quiet after you asked them that.
Yeah, the guy, and I wasn't no nigga. I didn't take it out on him. I just because he even looked at it like damn, he just shrugged his shoulder because he didn't have no answer. If I was if all my parents were dead and I'm his only brother, so what would be the answer to that? You can't go get a stranger and be like, yeah, I want you to be paid over my brother's check. What the fuck? That don't make any sense.
Because people are not that trustworthy.
They're not that trustworthy.
And that's another thing. This society created a bunch of people who are not trustworthy.
Yep.
Because they promote discord among people, man. They promote adultery. They promote violence and war among our people, man.
Yep.
So when people are participating in those things, it makes them untrustworthy, immoral. This is a scripture in Jeremiah, the 5th chapter, And start at verse 26. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men." Who are those wicked men? Esau, the Edomites, the and the other nations, but mainly Esau. It says, they, yeah, in the 2/3. It says they lay wait as he that setteth snares. Hey, you ever watch that show called Bait Car, where they leave a car running, a nice looking car running with the doors unlocked in the hood, and then Jake get in there and try to steal the car, and the car locks, and then they, oh yeah, you stole the car, oh we got to take you in. And they'll arrest people, man. That's entrapment.
That's right.
So they it says he that setteth snares, they set a trap, they catch men. It says, as a cage full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. And the prison system makes this country millions upon millions of dollars, man. Billions of dollars, man. From having the biggest prison system in the world, man.
That's right.
The most active prison system in the world, man. And it contains who? The highest numbers of people in prison are our people. But the most violent people on the planet are so-called white people.
Right.
Okay? You can't kill a person here in America, but you'll send people to kill people in other countries. You know? What is the term? You do what is that? No, it's a medical term for when they take a disease and they tweak it to make it stronger. It's a medical term for it. But he'll get a disease and mix it with another disease and make it stronger, and then that disease gets out, but nobody gets punished for that.
Right.
Hey, he'll go and bring drugs into the country, drugs that don't grow here, and he'll distribute them among the people, and then arrest the people for selling them when you just sold them. You know, and he's behind all this wickedness. All of this is entrapment. You know. It says, they lay wait as he that setteth snares, they set a trap, they catch man. As a cage full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat, they shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. And our people that participate in the drug industry, our people that participate in those things that Esau puts out there, then they are joined unto him, man. You have your father, the devil, man. They're a part of his enterprise, man, and that's why it's 2/3 of our people gonna get destroyed, man, right. Because Esau uses our people against us, man, as weapons. That's why there's this big controversy with the so-called black woman, That's why everybody is getting on the so-called black woman, man. That's right. That's right. Because she has been turned into a weapon to destroy us, man.
And to put him, and also to further that affliction on these prisons.
Yep.
Shit, she'll call the police on you quicker than anybody, man.
Yep. Child support.
Yep.
Child support, man. And another thing, there shouldn't be a thing as child support, because who decided to lay with who? Both people. If both people decide to lay with each other, why is one getting punished for not paying the bill? There should be a level of responsibility here.
That's right.
And why isn't child support two people paying into a bank account? Why is the man paying the woman? Why isn't the child set up an account, and then both parents have to pay into the account for the child, and then they could be able to track if the mother is using the money for the child.
That's right.
But the man has to pay the woman. You don't know where the money is going after it's gone. She's got new nails, lashes, outfits, and then your child running around with holes in his fucking shoes, or hers, or her shoes. While she got 1-inch lashes hanging off her face. But if you don't pay that, then she'll get on one with you and have you locked up, and knowing she ain't using it for that child.
That's Right. Okay. I got something else. These are the only type of prisoners, like I said, the scriptures mention prisoners, man, but it's mentioned as a prisoner of Yahweh Shah, man. All right. This is Philemon 1:1. He said, Paul, a prisoner of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and Timothy, and Timothy, our brother, unto Philemon, our dearly beloved and fellow laborer.
Yeah. So, we although we all in prison, we all, it ain't just the people that's locked up in prison. All U.S. citizens are in prison, man.
Right. That's right.
All of us are in prison, man. You got to have an ID. You got to have an ID with a number on it to be able to go outside and travel. You know, you have to pay these fees. You got to work. It's all the same thing. You know.
Have a passport.
Hey, they have a prison number. You have a social security number. Same thing.
Same thing. And that number, that prison number, if I ever get locked back up, guess what? They don't issue another prison number. That's their same number. That's your prison number for life, just like their social security. I think you can change your social security one time. Then you can change your identity or something. Well, I think it's once. But that number and prison number that's your number. Whenever you get relocked back up, that's your number. That same number. Yep.
So you some more to that?
Yeah. That was it on that one. They got another one. Push the plug in there. Make sure that's trigger. Okay. That's slice switch. Come on, that's it. Okay, yeah. Then it's I got another one. It said just like here.
It's okay. I'm gonna look at the scripture too.
Ephesians 4. They said, I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherein ye are called. But again, prisoners, man. This is talking about prisoners of this truth, man. Because you got a prison, prison, and they had prisoners in the old, in the ancient days. They had prisoners because they would have to you have to restrain people that was against, out misbehaving. But they would, after a while, you would get they would let you out. It was reforming. But it's been shown here in America that these prisons that was built, man, was to keep Jake down, man. Because they was locking Jake up, man. It was called it came out with these vagrancy laws. It was another way, like the elder said earlier. It was another way of free labor, man. It's modern day slavery, And that's why only America has the biggest prison system, man, because they bank on slavery, And this is in Psalms 79, slightly. Psalm 69 and 33. He said, for the Lord heareth the poor and despiseth not his prisoners. All right, his prisoners, because if you a prisoner of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, bro, that's the prison. That's the type of prisoner you want to be, man. Because that's a reformer. Since I've been in this truth, man, it has transformed and reformed me. I'm nothing like that nigga that I used to be, man. Nothing like him. That's reform, man. I don't even desire to do anything against nothing against this truth. But it helps me uphold this wicked nigga's law, man. Hey, because we in Rome, you do as the Romans do, man. My mother used to always tell me, and I never understood it. But we in this society, man, we have to upload. We can't just run red lights or beat niggas. We uphold us keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah. It helps us be. If you ask me, if you wanted somebody to be in your society, you would want men to be in the truth. Just think if Esau allowed Jake to flourish and be an Israelite, bro, he would have a better kingdom. That's what's gonna make our kingdom so great, man. Because we're gonna beat their ass, beat the law into their ass, man. You gonna do our laws, man, because we know that this is a better way. Go ahead.
Hey, you had some more of that scripture?
No, that was it.
This is Psalms chapter 10, I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices they have imagined."
Yep.
It says, "For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." Man, it says, "The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God, for God is not in all his thoughts." It says, "His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight." You know, to do righteousness is out of his sight. It says, "As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them." And that's another thing that's gonna get him destroyed. You know, but his ways are always grievous. You know, he'll call it rehabilitation to put you in some more trouble, man. Yeah. To have it to where it's a trap out there, man. You got to get a job, but we got to give you this felony, so it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And if you don't get a job by such and such, we're going to lock you back up. Yeah. So you scrambling from place to place. Hey, they showed you in that Wu-Tang series. Yeah. The one brother, man, how he had to, go bounce from job to job. And then, he found a job, janitorial job, and then he ended up finding out about money and became intelligent, man.
And then you got
became rich.
That's in them jobs know that you a fella. They know your status. They know they know that you need that job. So you got people that's gonna try you. I'm gonna make that nigga get fired. And that's a hard thing, man, to hold your anger in and go to a job day in, day out, and be fucked with motherfuckers that's over you. And they over you, and they on the same level as you. You got Edomites, man, to be at your same job, you doing better than them, and these motherfuckers is still over you, man. That's fucking oppression, man.
Yeah, and then you got to like kind of coon up.
Yeah.
You gotta be lesser of a man, because this man think he got something on you, man. Yeah, I'll hire him, but I'm gonna fuck with him every day. Every time And then, the Esau is cruel, bro. They'll play little jokes. They act like they mad and then laugh it off. Yeah. I'm just joking. Just to fuck with you, man. But, hey, with that, man, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honor to our apostle, the great millstone. Honesty brothers out there that's pushing this truth, man. Shalom.